Joining us now from Mumbai is our business reporter, Archana Shukla. Archana, can you give us just the economic crisis for Sri Lanka just seems to be getting worse and worse. Can you give us what sort of reaction we're getting from the investors and markets?
Well, yes, the recent move is by the Sri Lankan government essentially means that Sri Lanka will suspend all repayments of its foreign debt for now and will instead use the dwindling dollar stockpile that it has for imports of the essentials, food, fuel and medicines to deal with the shortages and rising prices, something you spoke about and something we've actively reported over the last few days. This also means that Sri Lanka would default on its debt obligations, foreign debt obligations in the interim. The central bank governor in Sri Lanka says that this will prevent a hard default because they are discussing this with the creditors. Now, what happens? Essentially, all outstanding payments to bondholders, to government creditors, to institutional lenders, to foreign commercial banks who've lended to Sri Lanka, all of these payments are suspended, and that money, will be used to import food and fuel until a debt restructuring program is finalized with the International Monetary Fund, negotiations for which will start next week on April 18th. Now, why was this move required? The central banker has said that this was the last resort. Why was it required? Sri Lanka only has $1.93 billion in its foreign reserves, and it has a foreign debt obligation of $51 billion, of which about $4 billion are up for repayment in this year, including a $1 billion international sovereign bonds that matured in July and that has to be paid for. So the government doesn't have enough money to pay creditors and to import essentials. So they are right now focusing on bringing essentials into the country. The Sri Lankan central banker who recently took charge last week amid growing public unrest also said that the creditors have a point in opting for repayments in Sri Lankan rupees.
Thank you very much.